Hey, what's going up, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning, check your phone, and see the crypto market is exploding. Coins you've been watching for months suddenly surging. Opportunities slipping through your fingers because you didn't act fast enough. Now, close your eyes for just a second. Feel that rush, that heartbeat picking up as you picture your portfolio growing. Your decisions are paying off. Today, right now, we're diving into the crypto news that could change everything for you. Welcome to today's crypto update. And if you're ready to ride this wave, stick with me. We're talking about Cardano's ETF odds spiking in the US, XRP flexing its muscle against Bitcoin, a jaw-dropping $2 billion Bitcoin buy, and the SEC finally backing off Uniswap. These headlines aren't just noise, they're signals, whispers of what's coming next in the wild world of crypto. And here's the secret. The longer you watch, the more you'll uncover patterns, moves, and a little bonus I've got waiting for you at the end that could give you an edge over everyone else. So settle in, let's drift into this together because every second you spend here brings you closer to understanding what this market is doing. And if you're like most people where you don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day in the crypto news like we do here on this channel, and we bring it to you in a condensed manner, make sure you smash that subscribe button today. And if you're feeling bullish about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below. Plus, we'll be jumping over to X to find out all of the important breaking news that's happening in the crypto world right now. We'll also jump into the XRP charts and find out where the next support and resistance levels that we will have to be looking for. We'll deep dive into Cardano's ETF approval. We'll check in on XRP versus Bitcoin. Michael Saylor buys the largest purchase of Bitcoin ever. SEC backs off a Uniswap. But first, let's jump over to coinmarketcap.com and check out the overall health of the crypto market today. We have finally done it. Not a great thing. It's actually a bad thing, but we dropped below $3 trillion market cap for the first time in a very long time. As we see here in the chart, November 13th, 2024 was the last time that it was consistently under $3 trillion. And then the whole entire market cap obviously took off to the upside, getting to a top of 3.7 trillion December 8th. And we did have a huge amount of volume, $194 billion worth of sell side volume over the last 24 hours, putting us down now officially below at $2.91 trillion. Fear and greed index all the way down in the fear zone at 26. This is the lowest the fear and greed index has been since September 6th of 2024. At that time, the Bitcoin price was $53,000. Yesterday, fear and greed index was 29, last week 37, and last month we were all the way up in the 60s. It has been a very rough January and February of 2025 so far. Taking a look at the altcoin season index, we have not been this low in the last 90 days. It doesn't even go back far enough for me to track where we were this low as far as being at a 25 out of 100. We have now flipped on the switch. It is officially Bitcoin season. According to this chart, it has dipped all the way down into the orange level here, sitting at 25. Last week was a 39, and last month was a 48. Taking a look at our cryptocurrency ETF tracker, also down $350 million. So not only is retail panic selling, but we have major institutions selling off as well. Now, are they just selling to create a lower price? There's been a lot of talk about manipulation where these major institutions get together, talk, say, hey, let's all sell at the same exact time, dump the price, and then we'll buy back in at a bottom that whatever they choose to be. That would be a huge conspiracy, obviously. With right now, there is no actual crypto regulation. So this could be their last and final chance before the SEC comes on and makes the United States regulation. Obviously, it's a worldwide system when it comes to cryptocurrency, but the United States plays a huge role. But as you know, we track this every single day on these videos, and we can see that it has been nothing but selling off for quite some time, down $351 million. So that is the largest sell-off since September 1st of 2024. Top 5 trending coins according to CoinMarketCap right now. Number 1 is Bitcoin, sitting at 88,000. XRP holding decently strong, sitting at $2.29. Ethereum at $2,477. Solana coming in at $142, and Doge coming in at 20 cents. And when it comes to the top 5 cryptos by total market cap, Bitcoin going from 1.9 trillion just 2 days ago, now $1.7 trillion. Ethereum under 300 billion for the first time in a long time, sitting at 298 billion. Tether taking the third spot away from XRP at 142 billion. XRP currently sitting at 132 billion. BNB coming in at number 5 at 89 billion. And we'll throw in Solana coming in at 70 billion at number 6. Let's jump over to X and find out what is breaking in the crypto world today. Breaking H-bar, Hedera Con just dropped a bombshell. Swift testing coming in 2025. The global financial messaging giant is set to begin testing. This is massive for digital asset adoption. Swift connects over 11,000 banks and processes trillions.
We can provide a way that they could integrate maybe with an aggregator or some other way, then that would make it cheaper for them and make it more straightforward for the entire industry. So this is really where we're looking. We've done a lot of POCs, kind of live trials to understand where the different pressure points are and where the frictions are and how they can be addressed.
Yeah. So, and 2025, you've got a lot of live trials coming up. So we were talking
Absolutely.
to your team just last week, and some amazing stuff coming up.
And big day for XRP. It's here. Ripple's roadmap for institutional DeFi on the XRP ledger in 2025. As roadmaps go, I personally think this one is pretty great, outlining a clear direction with use cases and features available and to be proposed of what Ripple will be focused on contributing to the XRPL this year. Welcome thoughts, feedback, and memes, maybe prayers. And we take a look at the official Ripple X post on X. For institutional DeFi to scale, it needs compliance-ready, interoperable infrastructure. The XRP ledger delivers with the AMM trading on-chain price oracles, tokenized real-world assets, RWAs, and decentralized identity, DID, for secure transaction. Learn what's happening now and what's ahead on the XRP ledger, and you can click on the link or just head over to ripple.com and you can find this under their blog section. I'll do a deep dive into this for you tomorrow, so make sure you come back, make sure you subscribe. Also, breaking update. ECB advisor says Bitcoin has no real economic need, dismissing BTC reserves due to volatility and speculation. It's actually been really interesting over the last couple of weeks. There's been quite a bit of bad news for Bitcoin as far as states not wanting to do it, after all, for a strategic reserve. We're seeing that the European Central Bank advisor says no real economic need. Now, are these just fakes? Are they just saying this in public while behind the scenes they're making big moves? We'll have to stay focused on this and see what happens in the future. Also, we've been talking about this gold scenario. It's been rather interesting that tons and tons of gold are going back to the United States. They're saying it's not for Fort Knox. It's not for the United States Treasury. Because if you take a look here, JP Morgan is set to deliver $4 billion in gold, one of the largest shipments in history, with 59,000 contracts standing for delivery. This breaks the June record of 2020. Who's the buyer? The Treasury, the Fed, big moves into the Comex market? No one knows. And this is interesting because this is being labeled as a JP Morgan purchase. They're actually trying to sell it as an arbitrage scenario where they're buying gold for $20 less per ounce from the UK, bringing it to the United States and making $20 on the arbitrage on all of this gold. And since it is a $4 billion purchase, there's a lot of ounces. So there's a lot of $20 extra little chips in there. However, is there something a little more tricky underneath the truth there?
JP Morgan, who I want to talk about in a moment related to the ETFs, is set to deliver for the February contract $4 billion worth of gold. Now, their former trade desk manager, Blythe Masters, she ran the gold desk, said on YouTube several years ago, it's still out there, you can find it easily, that JP Morgan does not buy gold and silver for themselves, that it's bought for customers. Well, who the hell's got $4 billion? Now, I have an idea who I think it is. I think it's the either the Treasury or the Fed, but I'll leave that up to people to decide for themselves. $4 billion, that's one of the largest shipments ever. But to give you an idea just of how different things really are, the February gold contract, which is a 100-ounce contract per unit, per contract, saw 59,296 contracts stand for delivery. That is by far the largest delivery in the history of the Comex market. In June of 2020, during QE Forever, there was a delivery of 47,132, which is the next highest delivery in the history of the Comex.
Also, breaking update, South Dakota's Bitcoin reserve bill has been deferred by lawmakers until the state's legislation session ended, effectively killing the bill. So now that's Montana and South Dakota killing their bill for crypto reserves. Also, $235 billion was wiped out from the crypto market yesterday due to liquidations. Be very careful out there if you're trading with leverage, ladies and gentlemen. And adding to it now as well, Wyoming also rejected their bill. So Montana, North Dakota, and Wyoming rejecting their Bitcoin due to volatility concerns. Also, as this liquidations report was coming out, I was tracking it yesterday. It started off at 64 billion, then 110 billion. The first report I saw was only 820 million. Ended up being over 235 billion. Absolute slaughter fest yesterday. In an interesting twist of good news, we got Nayib Bukele coming back with a Bitcoin purchase. People were getting really worried and concerned. Were they going to start offloading their Bitcoin? Obviously, he was holding. That dip was too exciting for him, and they ended up buying another $15 million worth of Bitcoin, it looks like. So their current holdings, they have 6,088 Bitcoin. That's absolutely amazing. They're up additional 8 Bitcoin in the last 7 days, and they've made $751,000 in 7 days for them. And as we continue tracking the SEC dropping cases, why not XRP? Well, the SEC dropped the case against OpenSea. They dropped their case against Coinbase, and then now they dropped their case against Robinhood. And then now today, they have backed off of their Uniswap investigation. Uniswap just announced the SEC dropping its investigation. No official word from the SEC yet, but this does follow, as we talked about, Coinbase and Robinhood getting similar breaks. The problem, the regulators have been dark cloud over crypto, obviously, as we know, making projects like Uniswap, big and decentralized trading, feel risky for some people. And the solution is simple. Less SEC heat means more freedom to grow. This matters because DeFi is the future. Uniswap's a leader, and this could spark a rally. Altcoin season may be brewing. I know we've had this crazy dip, but CryptoQuant CEO says 2025 could favor projects like this. So don't blink. We'll see what happens. Here's their official post. In April, the SEC issued a Wells notice claiming that Uniswap Labs operated as an unregistered broker operating an exchange and issued unregistered security. As of yesterday, the investigation has officially been closed and the SEC is taking no enforcement action. This is a huge win for DeFi and reaffirms what we've always known, that technology we build is on the right side of the law and our work is on the right side of history.
We just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers.
Speaking of being on the right side of history, will Michael Saylor be on the right side of history with MicroStrategy, now Strategy? Because Strategy makes their largest Bitcoin purchase of 2025 with a $2 billion investment. Bitcoin's dipping and they're scooping it up like it's a Black Friday sale. Most of us panic when prices drop. We freeze, we're unsure if it's a trap. Big money sees dips as chances, not disasters. And why is this important? It's a signal. Someone out there believes Bitcoin's got room to run, maybe back to 100,000 or more. $2 billion purchase is not pocket change. And when whales move, the markets listen. The latest acquisition follows the $2 billion stock offering, with proceeds directed towards increasing Bitcoin reserves, while the aggressive strategy reflects long-term confidence in digital assets. The company's stock has underperformed in recent months. Despite steady accumulation, MSTR or Strategy shares have dropped, raising concerns about the financial risk tied to Bitcoin's price volatility. Speaking of market dips, XRP versus Bitcoin, altcoin shows bull strength as major cryptocurrency dips. As you've seen in the crypto world, Bitcoin has definitely been dropping pretty significantly for such a major player in the world. And amid all this, another popular cryptocurrency, the third largest, particular XRP, has just found itself in an interesting place. Over the last few hours, the price of XRP has also fallen by 14% over the last 3 days. especially against the dollar. The situation for XRP is the same as for Bitcoin. But if we take a look at the price action on XRP against Bitcoin, we can see that the alternative cryptocurrency has found pretty solid support against its leading counterpart in the face of the 200-day moving average and the 12-hour time frame. What's especially important is that this is exactly where the price point when XRP saw bulls buying power. XRP has not touched this level against Bitcoin since November, before it went up 500% on the rally from 55 cents to 340. It seems that the market has settled down and XRP's position is comparable to that time. But now XRP is at 222 or quad 0.25 Bitcoin per XRP. XRP's RSI versus Bitcoin is also reset to almost a lower bound, which means that it is currently more underbought than overbought. Whether this be the start of round 2 for XRP remains to be seen, but do not be surprised if the altcoin shows strength against the leading cryptocurrency once again. And big news for Cardano because they have an ETF approval potentially. The SEC did acknowledge Grayscale's application to introduce a spot ADA ETF into America. The asset manager also seeks to convert its XRP trust into an ETF, with similar filings pushing for approval to 74% before the end of 2025. The SEC's acknowledgement has increases the chances of the product seeing the light of day before the end of 2025. According to Polymarket, the odds for an ADA ETF has risen from 52% to 66% as of now. A potential green light will allow investors to gain exposure to ADA without purchasing it from exchanges or worrying about self-custody methods, and this could have positive effect on the price of the long term. All right, so let's take a look at the daily charts for XRP. A couple of very important things that I want to talk about is, first off, we do have a symmetrical triangle pattern starting to develop here, and that's developing with that long, deep wick that happened on February 3rd, and then obviously yesterday's wick to the downside, creating 2 touch points for us on a support level of the triangle. There's tons and tons of resistance levels at the top side of the triangle at this point. I did also want to show you, I've gone over this a couple of times. There's a really interesting way of finding support and resistance levels on the chart. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of these here because we don't need any of them on the chart. But it's very, very simple. So first of all, you can go to any time frame you want. Right now, we're using the daily time frame. But what you're going to do is you're going to switch from traditional candlesticks to Heikin-Ashi candles. And then when that gives you your momentum ups and downs, it makes the candles much smoother, as you can see here, right? Well, the important thing is if we take a look, there is a potential of a crazy extreme drop to the downside when it comes to XRP. I mean, all cryptos, of course. But as we can see right here, we had this massive run up during November, and then it had a little pause, a little break here. Well, this is a really important level. There's one red candle in the middle of all of this green that indicates a key level for a support to the downside. Obviously, we don't ever want to see that support level again, but it's possible. As we know, crypto can do crazy things. But that gives us $1.45 to $1.28. If we lose that, then there is the likelihood we even return all the way back into like the 50, 60 cent range. All right. So we're not going to talk about that. But after this, we have the next big move of all green to the upside. And then as you'll see a drop here and we get some red candles here. Now those red candles can also be support and resistance as we see right there. And you can see that it has played a very key role along the way as a support and resistance. After you've got your boxes drawn, what you're going to do is you're going to switch back to traditional candles, and then you'll see this is what you get. All right. So we had the pump. This right here is our support and resistance right now. That's going to give us $2.46. That's where we want to get back above and have that become our support level again. We do not want to lose this $2.22 level. All right. So we don't want to lose $2.22. Now, where's another potential key level? Well, let's switch back to Heikin-Ashi candles. And we go to the farthest dip down, which is this level here. Not the wicks, but more of the candle bodies. And we can see this right here is another key area. And we'll go ahead and highlight this one. Let's go ahead and color this one into yellow. And we'll take a look. Go back to traditional candles. And as you can see, that's where the wick dipped right into. So there is a big buy pool here. This is obviously the lower range of this area as well from this drop pullback. So these are very important areas. Okay. So we can't lose this one either. If we lose this $2.14, $2, obviously that's even a psychological barrier. $2, $2.25, $2.50, $2.75, $3. Those would be considered psychological levels. But right now we cannot lose those to the downside. Otherwise, we could end up seeing the $1.45 zone again. Okay, so those are our key levels of support right now. But what about resistance to the upside? So if we're not using trend lines, you can use key areas. And let's go ahead and take a look to the upside, because we're going to have some levels to the upside that are going to be important. In fact, you can see this run up all green on Heikinashi. This is the final green candle before the first red. And we're going to go ahead and highlight that one there. And we'll go ahead and turn this red actually, because that's going to be our resistance. And you can see how the candles stayed in there for quite some time until it lost it. And it came down to this next level of red. It just does that. And you can see right here, there's going to be an even more intermediate resistance to the upside. Now, it's very important that we start to turn back to the upside, because right now we have lots of bearish momentum. We talked about this 2 days ago. We have our weekly time frame and monthly time frame still very bullish, but daily, 12-hour, 4-hour, all looking bearish, which is unfortunate. In fact, we take a look at here on our money flow. This is on our daily. We see the momentum flowed all the way down here. Money flow turned to red. You can see when we started pumping up right here, we turned green for the first time in a long time, turned green money flow. Boom. We had that huge surge and money flow continued coming in and rounded off, started dropping to the downside. We even had a little flip to red, little fake out green to the upside. But right now we're in a situation where we could be seeing something spectacular. Okay. And that's going to be our momentum wave bullish divergence. So there is definitely a possibility that that happens and we start to see a move to the upside. So over the next 2 days, it's very important. We'll switch back to traditional candles. Over the next 2 days, we have to go to the upside. If we get to the upside, we're going to be looking really, really strong and positive to the upside. Now, what we also have, this is our clean chart that we use. I'm going to show you my weekly spider line chart. And this one has a couple of different indicators here, but this is important. And we talked about this a couple of days ago as well, how this support level, which is $2.50, we needed to hold that so we can make a move back to 280. If we lost it, we were going to come down to 223. And you may be wondering, okay, well, where does that support level come from? Well, it's actually a very unique situation here. And this is our weekly spider lines. All right. So this comes from the weekly candles from the drop of 2018. You go to your tools and you go to array and you draw array from the top of the candle on the weekly, which was April 2021, when we had our high here of $1.90 that held as the high for the longest time until we finally broke it. But that is where you draw your lines to, and it gives you support and resistance levels out into the future. And so when we go ahead and look at where we're at now, you can see that has been coming into play. In fact, if we switch this to the weekly charts, I can tell you which week we're on. All right. So if we look at this right now, this was the candle that comes to us from the week of January 2nd, 2018. So let's go ahead and even January 2nd, 2018. So that candle's January 2nd, 2018. That's where we're at right now. That's giving us the support level. Now, the one right above that, which is what we want to get to again, it's going to be our new resistance level for a short period of time, is the candle from the very following next week, which was January 29th, 2018. All right, so we got January 22nd candle. We got the January 29th candle. And then if we look at this one right here, this is going to be the candle from February 5th. And let's go ahead and change that color so we know where it is. We'll go ahead and do green. We'll go into the future where we're at. And that's our resistance here at $2.80. Now let's go ahead and switch back to daily, traditional candles. And there's the green. And that was where we ran into that resistance. Also, we talked about we're still below the zero line on our Wolfpack indicator, indicating we are bearish on the daily. We have almost gotten down to the bottom of our short-term momentum. When this resets at zero, then we could see a return back to the upside, which last time we did that, it came from the same level of 225, went all the way up to $2.80. rejected, unfortunately came down. As we look at our weekly long-term momentum Wolfpack, it's still very green. In fact, it's pretty extreme to the upside. Our weekly has not reset to zero. We were hoping to see a turnaround at this point, even though it wasn't zero, because last time we were down here, you can see right here, we were at 4, which is exactly where we're at right now. And right down here where it went from red to green and switched back to the upside was the very end of October, and all that momentum up in November was just massive to the upside. Had this reset now, unfortunately, but there will be another wave that will be coming to the upside. We just have to be patient. Hey, bull runners, are you feeling FOMO about this bull run without the right financial support? We're here to change that. We're not just about funding, we're about growing your business together. Whether you're investing in crypto, kicking off a new startup, managing your existing business, or looking to expand, we have personalized funding that meets your exact needs. Imagine starting your business or getting capital to invest $100,000 to $250,000 at 0% interest. That's not a dream, it's what we do. We've helped countless entrepreneurs like you with 0% interest funding without needing personal funds, income verification, or collateral. With just a 680 credit score, you qualify. We understand that your business can't wait, so take advantage of our quick funding approach. We look beyond the credit score with inclusive approval process that sees the big picture of your business or investment potential. Our flexible repayments are tailored to match your business cycles, ensuring you can manage repayments without strain. With access to our extensive lending network of over 5,000 options, we're committed to finding the perfect match for your business or investing needs. Plus, you'll have our dedicated team by your side, guiding you through every step of the funding journey. Whether it's buying crypto, hiring new employees, or launching a new product, we're committed to your success. Click the link to connect with our expert advisors and secure your business's future now.
Hey, bull runners, if you want more money to invest in the crypto market, did you know that there's billions of dollars in federal cash for businesses that kept paying their W-2 employees despite dealing with the government shutdowns in 2020 to 2021 during the pandemic that caused massive supply chain issues? So if you have or you know any businesses that have W-2 employees, you could qualify for up to $26,000 per employee with no maximum limit through the Federal Employee Retention Credit Program when you click the link in the description of this video. Now, this isn't a loan, it's an IRS cash refund, and businesses have been getting back hundreds of thousands of dollars through this over the last few years. So to see if you qualify, all you need to do is click the link in the description below this video right now to schedule a free consultation with a dedicated ERC expert. But you have to act fast because the deadline to apply and share with as many businesses as possible is April 15th this year. And you can also sign up as an affiliate below, share with businesses that have W-2 employees, and earn 2% on their refunds. All they do is they simply click your link, they schedule a consultation before April 15th, and they will see how much they qualify to get back. So this is a great way to get money back in your pocket to invest in the crypto market before the next major breakout. And most businesses have missed out on this credit because the ERC qualifications have changed 3 times over the years. So if you were told in the past that you didn't qualify for this, there's actually a chance now that you do qualify. So click the link below, schedule a free consultation today, and let's help you get some money back in your pocket this bull run. And if you know any businesses that have W-2 employees, sign up as an affiliate right now through the link below. Share your link with as many businesses as possible before April 15th, and let's get you paid.